Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Executive Director Screening Committee meeting of the Commission for Behavioral Health. My name is Jay Robinson, and I am the chair of the committee. I want to thank you for attending today's committee meeting. Now we will take roll to establish quorum. We would like to note for the record that we are currently required to have a minimum of 5 commissioners in attendance to establish quorum. Sandra, please take roll.
Good morning, Commissioner Brown, Commissioner Bunch,
Present.
Commissioner Carnevale, Commissioner Cross,
Here.
Commissioner Gordon, Commissioner Madrigal-Weiss,
Here.
Commissioner Roulette, Commissioner Southard,
Here.
Commissioner Robinson.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you, Sandra. And looks like Commissioner Carnevale has joined us as well. You might want to note that.
Noted.
I'm here.
Great. All right, it is now time for agenda item 2, general public comment. This time is reserved for the comments on items that are not on the agenda. If anyone is interested in making public comment on items not on the agenda, please make those comments during this general public comment time. If you have any technical questions, please contact Commission staff at 916-500-0577. At this time, I will ask Katie to go over the public comment procedures.
Thank you, Chair. You may request to make public comment by submitting a card, clicking the raise hand icon on your computer or the app, or if calling in by phone, press *9.
Thank you, Katie. Would you please open the line for general public comment?
We currently have 0 comments in the room and 0 comments online.
Okay. Thank you. We're now moving to agenda item 3, closed session, to review, consider, and recommend candidates for the vacant ED appointment. Before we go into closed session, we will open to public comment about this agenda item. Members of the public may request to make a public comment on agenda item 3 by clicking the raised hand button on your computer or app, or if calling in by phone, push *9. Once the public comment period for this agenda item starts, we will close the public comment queue, so please make your request to comment now. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Are there any public comments?
We currently have 0 comments in the room and 1 comment online. Laurel, I will unmute your line now.
Hello, I'm Laurel Ben-Hamida from Mass Social Services Foundation and REMCO. And I have one additional thought to add as you interview and search for a new executive director. Last time I added humility, and I think that's very, very important and not maybe so easy to find in this world when people become executive directors or are candidates. But the new one that I've thought about that's very important in the California context is experience, knowledge, and respect for community-defined evidence practices. Most people in mental health know a lot about traditional evidence-based practice, which has its place, especially in clinical treatment. But it's known now that often the data gathered for evidence-based practices does not include people from communities of color, immigrant and refugee communities, Native Americans, people with disabilities. And so I think that's an important box to check, but not just in the performative way, in a serious way, so that we have an executive director coming in who can work especially with the community-based organizations who actually have community-defined evidence practices, especially those that have been through the processes of the California Reducing Disparities Project, but not including only those, because that they were a small number, and there are others. So that is what I would like to ask you on behalf of people in California who benefit from community-defined evidence practices to consider. And I remember the late Janet King, who was so brave, who once said that for Native Americans, the clinical practices and the clinically defined evidence-based practices could even be harmful for them, whereas their own practices, their community-defined evidence-based practices, had a great benefit. And she gave evidence of that by the number of quote unquote Indian bars that were on International Boulevard in Oakland when the Native American Healthcare Center opened. And after a few years, they had closed because people were coming to the healthcare center.
Thank you, Laura. Your time is up. Please wrap up.
And engaged in those traditional practices and were helped to recovery. Thank you very much, and good luck with your work.
Thank you, Laurel, and I really do appreciate your interest in this process and your contributions. Okay, for commissioners joining us virtually, you should have received a second different link to join the closed session portion of the meeting. Please exit the current meeting and join the second closed session meeting. For the general public, we will be back at approximately 6:30. Thank you. Agenda item 4, report back from the closed session. No action was taken during the closed session. This concludes today's meeting. Thank you all for your participation and engagement. This meeting is adjourned. Have a great weekend, everyone.